So, first question I'm going to ask you is, how did you meet Dad?
Do I have to say the truth?
Oh my God! Yes, you have to say the truth. This is an interview.
Okay, I found out. I met him down on Main Street in Worcester.
Okay. Let's see. Next question. How is life different from when you were growing up? Like, if you could look at how Kenny and I grew up and how you grew up, how are some differences?
It's much harder, more stress.
What, before or now?
Now, it's harder now for kids, more stress. When I was growing up, it was easier. Things were cheaper.
Okay. Would you say that when you met Dad, it was love at first sight?
No.
All right.
It kind of like developed over time.
Okay.
Because I wasn't looking for a boyfriend at the time.
All right. How is technology different from technology when you were growing up?
I didn't have a cell phone nor a computer.
Okay.
Yeah, cell phone, computer.
So if you got lost, how would you get help?
Well, I never really went anywhere to get lost, but I suppose you'd have to go on, if you're on the Mass Pike, you'd have to use one of those call boxes.
Okay. Was my grandfather, so the father on your side, was he in any wars? And if he was in any wars, when he came back, was he any different? Chip, come here.
He wasn't in any wars. He was in the Army, U.S. Army.
So
He was in private first class.
Oh, was he any different when he came back from the war, or?
No, I wasn't born.
Oh, so he was.
No, he seemed all right to me.
Oh, so he was different. So you don't know if he was different or the same because he was in the Army before you were born?
He was only in for 2.5 years. I don't think he was in a war.
Oh. What did he do for a job?
He worked for the state.
How?
Plowing and sanding the roads. And then he got promoted to diesel mechanic.
Oh. How did your father meet your mother? If you can remember.
I don't think. Jeez, I don't remember. I know they lived in the Grafton. I don't know how they met.
All right. How long were they each other? Like, were they married one time and they stayed together for the rest of their life? Right? They never remarried.
Never got divorced.
So you'd probably say that they were like a traditional example of life back then. Like she was a housewife and he was the breadwinner of the family. All right. When you were growing up, you said you had a farm, right?
Yeah.
Would you say that there are just as many farms today as there were back then?
Hardly any around here. Very few.
Is there anything, like, looking back on your life that you think that your grandfather regretted not doing? Like, something he wishes that he could take back or, like, redo again?
I don't know because he's not here today to ask.
Okay. Let's see. Looking back on your life, would you redo anything? Or would you say that life turned out the way you wanted it to?
I'd probably, enjoy my friends longer and do more traveling and stuff. Maybe not as settled down as quickly.
Yeah. Was that, a thing that you would do back then when you got married? That was something that you would do? You settled down earlier than people do now?
Oh, yeah. Nobody gets married when I got married.
Would you
Nobody gets married really now, and a lot of people think twice, 3 times before they have children, because it's expensive.
Would you say that that when your parents got married, that people had more children and that they got married earlier than they do now?
Yeah, I would say it was backwards back then. It was different from now.
So it was the opposite of today?
Yeah, the opposite.
All right.
And you can survive on one income, where now you need 2 and 3 incomes. It's just harder. Things were cheaper back then.
Yeah. All right, well, this concludes the interview. Thank you for your time.